Hi, this is Lori from Jody's Paint Studio here in Bessie Sage Studio or Bessie Sage building. Um, Jody has her own little paint studio down here. We have transfers, we have molds and paint, and it's a great place for you to come and visit because you can get creative. Today we are going to do some IOD transfers on some tiles to make coasters. And then we're also going to do some blending once we put those transfers on. It's really easy. You can do it and it'll be fun. So let's get started. All right, as you can see, I've got 4 tiles that I'm doing, and I picked out the colors that I wanted to that I'm going to blend in with each one of these. And I picked out 4 different colors to kind of pick up, like this one, it's got some nice reds in it. So we're going to do this primer red on it. This is a little darker, so we put this brown and a little lighter here and then black for this. Now, these are all different wineries that I'm doing. This is a gift that I'm making, so I thought it would be fun for you guys to watch us do that. So I'm going to do the first one. I'm going to set these aside. So I've got everything that I need ready. I've got my stencil brushes, because that's what we're going to use to blend. So these are my stencil brushes. I've got my paint is ready, and I've prepared my tiles. I've cleaned the tiles really well. They did have some sticky on them from the tape, so I wanted to make sure all of that was off. So with transfers, it's very, very easy. What we're going to do is we're going to take, Jody, can I have some scissors? Some scissors? I'm going to have my assistant help me. Say hi, Jody.
Here's your scissors.
Thank you, ma'am. So we're going to cut this down. Anytime you use a transfer and you've cut it from the transfer sheet, you always, if you have leftovers, you always want to staple it so that it doesn't come apart and you lose the transfer itself. That's really, really important. This is called messy cutting, because I'm just getting to the very edges, because that's all I want to show is the edges of this transfer on here. And you can see where the staple is here, just to make sure that that is stuck together. And let's round these corners just a little bit. So I'm going to lay it down first without taking the paper off the back. And see, I'm going to lose some of it, but that's okay. So I'm going to put it up at the very top here, and I need to make that just a little straighter. Maybe. Okay. So right there, I'm going to make that right at the top. And if it goes over a little bit, I can take that off. And then we're going to lose some of it, which is okay. And then you see where we've got the colors, it doesn't quite fit on there. This is where we're going to blend the colors in. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the backing off. Here's your backing, lay it to the side. And just lay it where you want it, kind of center it like you want it. And gently push down. Then you have your tool. It's just a little plastic tool. And you're going to just start rubbing. And that's going to transfer all of that beautiful paper. It'll look like paint when we get done with this. You can already see that it's coming up a little bit. And you want to push pretty firmly. So you can see where it's already started to come up. You see that? And look how pretty that is. So what you want to do is pull it up really, really slowly and carefully and make sure that it's laying down like you want it and you don't have any corners coming up. When you're having little pieces, you really do want to be careful bringing stuff up because you don't want your little pieces to get missed, like your little letters or a little leaf or something. So you always want to go slow and make sure that you're doing it okay. So now we're going to take the paper and we're going to rub it just to make sure that everything is down. Do you have a, uh, yeah, thank you. I need my assistant again. So we're going to put some sandpaper on this. Now, what I'm going to do, because I don't want this to stick, and once I do that, I'm going to take this paper and put it on the very edge and pull it over. And that way, I don't, whoop, come back here. Oh, I lost part of it already. And I've torn a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to blend. And all you do with your sandpaper is just down, and there it is. So see how it didn't stick there, and instead of it's on here, and you don't have overlapping on the edge of your thing. And I do have a little bit of a tear, but we're going to blend that, so that's okay. I do have a little bit here. Let's see if I can. There we go. I did have a little overlap, so I was able to just take my sandpaper and sandpaper it off. So see how pretty that is? Now we're going to take, this is called cocoa brown. And I'm going to take my cocoa. You always want to, this is just a little can of cocoa. This is Annie Sloan paint. Annie Sloan, it's a chalk paint. It's a great paint. Easy to work with. So I have my everything ready here. With a stencil, you want to do it's kind of like dry brushing. You don't want it wet. So what I'm doing, and you don't want to put your brush right into the paint. So what I'm doing is just using my stir stick and taking just a dab on my stir stick. And then I'm dabbing it off. And I don't know if you can see that, but you want it dry. So now we're just going to come in here and we're just going to dab it and blend it in a little bit. Now, if you don't like the color, and I might go just a little bit darker, you can layer it. And we might do that on this. We'll see. And see how I'm covering up that spot there? You can't even tell it was there. And then I wiped it all back off. I'm gonna have to have this little paper. If you get too much on here on your tile, just take and wipe it down just a little bit. And see how it kind of still blends in. And let's do this little spot again. And it kind of gives it that aged look, it kind of makes it pretty and aged. And not quite so stark. I didn't want that letter, so I kind of wiped it down. Now, can you see the big difference from what we had started with to what we've got now? And I put a little bit much on that top, so I just wiped it down. And a little bit here on the side, I'm gonna wipe it down. And then go back, because I got some of that back off. There we go. And I'm going over it again. I just want it just a little bit darker. When I get done with this, I'm going to let it dry. And then I'm going to use a polyurethane over the top. Instead of just a top coat on it, I'm going to use a little bit of a polyurethane because I want it shiny. Dang it, I keep. All right, we have to have Jody come look because she's the expert. What do you think, Jodes?
Very nice. That's gorgeous.
So easy, really, really easy, inexpensive gift. And you know what? I'm going to go to the sides just a little bit because I want to get rid of that white. Let's give it the polished look, you know, instead of just the unfinished look. So just come with your brush and brush it just a little bit just to take that stark white off. Don't worry about the back. Nobody's going to see the back. And if they are, they're looking too hard. Always remember to dab your excess off, because if you don't, you have big splotches. Okay, I'm just gonna look, make sure my fingers didn't take any of that off, and they did a little bit. So we're just gonna. All right, I'm gonna pull this down, or I'll hold this up a little bit further. So tell me, what do you think? I'll turn it around so you can really see it. There we go. Now you can see it. This is gonna make a great gift for my sister-in-law for her birthday. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them. And have a great day. And Jody will put on her Facebook, all of them when they're finished. Thank you. Have a good day.